Yeah, I'm Tom Lockwood, and I'm a British photographer based in Bath, originally from the East Midlands, specialise in like portraits and film photography. I've always enjoyed doing portraits, but more recently I've been enjoying exploring my faith through my work. So I've got a project called Ecclesia, which is all about the church that I used to go to, just the community around it, like the church being a people instead of the place. And I've also done a project, one of my favourite projects was on, it's called The Intimacy of Worship, which is just capturing some friends of mine in worship and how we see people worship. A big challenge for me is social anxiety. I've never really been a very social, like out there person, but ever since summer something shifted. I still walk past people when I have my camera and I'm like, I really wish I asked to take their portrait because their style's really cool, or stuff like that. A lot of people say like, just go out and ask people, you're never going to see them again. And in a way it's good advice, but on the other hand, like, I feel like sometimes I would much rather see someone again. I think the idea of like going out and not being afraid of rejection because you won't see them again, I don't know if it's necessarily helpful for me. Something that I'm learning to overcome is just rejection. Because if you want to be a portrait photographer, you should know how to communicate with people. And a lot of advice that I've been given at uni has been really, really useful in that. Having a script that you go off of instead of just going up to someone and saying like, sorry to bother you, but yada yada yada. Because I feel like that puts people off when the first thing you do is apologise. Just go up to someone and say, hey, I really like your style. I'm a photographer. I was wondering if I could take your photo. And the big thing is include no as an option in your script of what you're going to say, because you don't want to kind of lock people in, like they might feel like the only thing they can do is say yes, and then if they say no, it's not really like you're facing a rejection, it's more like it's one of the options you gave them. This summer I was a photographer at a festival called Wildfires, which is like a Christian festival over 4 days, and it was really, really encouraging to see so many like-minded people and being able to photograph them as well. I was shooting with a bunch of other photographers and it was a really good environment to just step back and see how other people do their business and also see what I can do. Like it was a really good place to explore. I love capturing emotion and just things happening, so it was the perfect kind of place to do that. This year that's what's made me grow most as a photographer, volunteering there. What I use to take my photos is entirely kind of founded on, it was a throwaway comment I think at the time, of like, slow down when you're shooting film, but it's genuinely, that tiny comment has shifted my entire way of shooting. So all of my equipment, I use vintage lenses like M42 mount, everything I have. So I shoot on a Sony A7R Mark II for all my digital stuff, but nothing I have lens-wise is Sony, so everything's adapted. So that means manual focus on everything, and like with lenses like the Helios 44, it just teaches you to slow down. I really want to do like a deep dive photographically into my heart condition. So I've got a heart condition called tricuspid atresia. We've got a load of archival pictures that I'd want to use for the project. The hospitals in Birmingham that have helped me and take portraits of like my consultants and any nurses that might have worked on the ward. I'd love to get a portrait of my surgeon, but currently he's head of cardiology in Toronto, so I don't know how plausible that'll be yet. I just did a project on white coat hypertension, and it was kind of a more abstract approach to that kind of thing, so nothing was really specific. I feel like some of the ideas I got from that I could carry over. Inspiration-wise, there's countless photographers that inspire me. I mean, my lecturers at uni, we've got James Allen, Sadie Catt, John Tonks, Stephen Vaughan. All of their work is just incredible. There's a photographer that's done projects entirely black and white called Robert Darch, who I never used to like shooting in black and white, but then I saw his work and it just, again, something shifted in me, and now like half the work I do is black and white, half of it's colour. And there's a photographer called Lewis Kahn who did a project based around the NHS, and that has, I know that I wanted to do a project on my heart, but after seeing his work based on the NHS and based on hospital stuff, my interest in doing that has shot up, and that's kind of led my interest further. Slow down. Even outside of photography, just slow down and be who you are. I don't accept work from people who are sharing sketchy things online or horrible viewpoints on things, because that's not who I am and it goes against who I am. So I think a big one for me is be yourself, because no one else can be that, and you'll be surprised how far it can take you. I post to Instagram every now and then at Tom J Lockwood, and I also have a website, tomjlockwood.co.uk. That's kind of the main places that I post my work. Yeah. Have a lovely day and God bless.